Day 132. So I've been eating a lot better. I did really well yesterday. I think I was like I actually counted my calories again. Like I was at I think 1550. So not bad. I think it's a work in progress. But I think if anything, it reminded me it reminded me that I've been very loose on the calorie counting. And that's probably why I haven't made any progress. That's the funny thing. It's like I'm frustrated. I'm not making progress, and I'm wondering why. And what is it? It's the simplest thing. It's how do you break it down into simple parts? And the simplest part is go back to counting. And it sucks because you don't want to do it. You think you're past that part, and I'm 115 days, 14 days into this, and I think I have it under control. But you don't. You really don't until you just show up and be accountable every day. So that's what I have to do. you know um it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I do have hockey tonight, so I'm gonna burn 1,000 calories tonight, and I'll probably end up eating a little bit more than 1,500 because it's like not enough for me in one day. But I actually posted something on Twitter yesterday which was pretty stupid, and it kind of blew up a little bit. And I don't know, it's interesting that you kind of I think it's just consistency. I think that's what it always comes back to, is like, how can I be consistently myself and consistently help others? And I think I'm reading a new book called the Naval book, and I'm about halfway through it. And I think it's interesting because it's not, he didn't write the book. It's like someone else organized all of his thoughts over the years of his life that he's posted in different places and put it in one spot. And it's good. It's nothing's bad about it. But he has this quote which is effectively like, to be wealthy, you have to be extremely accountable and trustworthy and have extreme integrity. Without integrity, you have no wealth, and no one without integrity has wealth. And I mean, in some ways, it reminds me of what I'm doing right now, which is trying to build my own version of integrity and accountability and discipline, and and that's good. That's great. But it's also kind of opening my eyes to, like, if I want to help people, it's not as important. And this is the worst part. This is like the crappy part that no one wants to like acknowledge. It's like it doesn't matter how good I am at helping people if I'm not consistent enough that they trust me to actually help them. And it's kind of backwards, because you would think that the smartest people on earth, the smartest, most helpful, best business leaders, whatever, are just nominally better than you at giving advice or helping people or whatever. And I think there's some piece of that, but I think the bigger piece is that they're just consistent. And you trust consistent people. And I think that's what it is. You need to be consistent over long periods of time, even if it's not great. It's just okay, or it's just good, or whatever. I think you should work towards great, but I think people reward consistency more than genius. No, the Peter Thiel quote is that the world has tons of genius, but not enough courage. And I guess I'm making my own twist on it of consistency, genius versus consistency. I guess that's what I'm thinking. It's like, I think I've been really focused on trying to be a genius and try to be helpful on a genius level. But I think it's consistency, and once again, the simplest answer is the right one, right? It's like, if I can just do this every day, then I'll get better at it, one, and two, people will start, needing me for that thing. I'll start being needed and wanted for that thing. So I think if anything, that's what I'm learning, is that, I think the bigger message is, it's very rare, and usually you need superpowers to have 100,000 followers and not have tweeted 10,000 times, And I think if I don't have 10,000 followers or 100,000, whatever amount, after 10 tweets, that it's somehow my fault. And that's not the goal of this, but I think it's a good reminder that I gotta let go of this expectation that isn't true. It's not. I just made it up, right? I just made up an expectation of what the world should be like, and then I am worse than that expectation, and I don't know why. I don't know how. I felt whatever, and I think it's all crap. To put it in a nice way, it's all crap. Like, there's not a good way to there isn't a way to do anything else other than just show up every day and work. And I think the more ways I try to apply that methodology into more different types of habits and things, the more it's funny, like, because it seems to always become true after a certain point. Like, I'm on day 35 of Twitter, and it's becoming better, but I can see myself falling out of it. But another 30 days, when I get to day 66, it might be pretty normal. It might be pretty normal for me to do this and not have to think twice about it. So, and that's where I really want to try to do 66 days of eating less, because then maybe I'll actually have better habits about that. I won't break it every 5 days or every 4 days. And also, when I look back on a lot of those green days, they're probably not. They're probably more like yellow days. I probably had a lot more yellow days than I really like to believe. Yellow meaning like 1,800 calories, give or take, 1,900. So, but workouts is easy. It's like, workouts are very simple. It's like, did I do it or not? And I don't stop in the middle. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to get it done. And thank God I've kept it at like a 5-minute workout, because I would I would not do it half the time if it was more than that. I think it's hard. And even this, like, just reflecting, it's hard sometimes because you don't feel like you're making any progress. Like, I know it's the bamboo tree. I know it's the, you need to build all these roots and everything to get somewhere. And then eventually you shoot up, but it's hard. It's hard waiting. It's hard working and waiting. So right now I'm working on the Flask for the report generating code, and it's going okay. I'm not making great progress, but I'm making progress. I'm not beating my head against the wall. I think this is gonna be more of a blocking and tackling kind of thing versus a like euphoric, like, oh, I just needed to fix this one line of code thing. I think it's gonna be a lot of like, okay, I gotta move this to this way, I gotta move this to that way, move this over, do that, do this, do that, lot of little stuff. And I don't know, I just gotta power through it. I don't really want to do it, but I just gotta power through it. But I was talking to Sean yesterday, and he asked me what the longest project I've ever worked on was, because we were coming up on 4 or 5 months, and I don't know, honestly. I think it's maybe 2 months, 3 months, the very most. I made an Android app that was supposed to be a game. I worked on that for probably like 3 or 4 months, and I got it all the way working, and then I realized that I needed to learn how to program Swift to continue building the app and for Apple, and I quit. I couldn't do it. It wasn't worth it anymore. Four months. Five. I think we're 5 months. I met Sean May 1st, so it's October 24th. It's we got a big day tomorrow. Tomorrow we find out if my wife matched anywhere. So it'll be good. But I think Naval has, last thing I'll say is that I think Naval says something interesting, which is you can't build wealth without integrity, and you can't have integrity without putting your name on it. And I've been very, very hesitant to do that. I know the internet's forever, and I know if I say the wrong thing, it's on there forever. And that scares the crap out of me. And I've had paralysis about that since I was 13, and I post on the internet stupid things, and it's so hard, it's so hard to know know what you want now in the future, what's okay, what's not okay. Like, not that I want to hurt anybody, but it's just hard to know that what you're doing is good, when it comes to the internet, because I think what is good becomes bad, and then comes good again, and then becomes bad again, and I don't want to be caught in the middle of that. I just want to do whatever I can to inject positivity into the world, but I think Naval has a point, though. I think at some level, if I don't start putting my name on stuff, would you trust me? People trust people that put their name out there, and I don't know. I've been fighting that my whole life, so I guess I'll have to meditate on that for a couple days. But it scares the crap out of me because it's just so permanent. You can't take your name off the internet. You can put it on, but you can't take it off. And the same reason I don't have any tattoos. I'm too scared of the permanence of it. But this is a growth opportunity for me to push, last couple days I've been really reflecting on, my kids are going to mimic me. My kids are going to watch me and grow up and either want to be like me or not like me, but they're going to know what I'm like and what do I want to show them. And I want to show them someone that's fearless. The hard part is I'm very fearful of everything. But I don't want them to grow up afraid of everything. I want them to have somebody that they, want to learn from. So I think it's a good reflection. I'll keep thinking about it, but I think Naval's right. I think for me, one of the next stages of growth is putting my name on stuff, is putting my face on stuff, is actually putting myself out there permanently and building integrity. And I think that's all I can do. The thing that is hard for me is I'm so hard on myself that if I make the smallest mistake, I'm going to just crush myself about it. And I just don't like doing that. I just want to avoid that, but I don't know. This is what I'm doing, though. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get out of this shell this little bubble I've put myself in. And it's hard. It's really hard to see the other side of it. Look at me inside the bubble, it's hard to see what it would be like to not be in this bubble, I've been trying little things here and there to be more myself, be more extroverted, be more fun, let my personality out more. And, and the ironic thing is pretty much everyone has loved it. I don't think anyone's been mad about it. It's just, it's just so hard, like you get your hand slapped a few times when you let your personality out, and then you leave that interaction going, all right, I'll just be a robot then. I'll just never let anything out ever again because I said the wrong thing, and I apologize. I didn't mean to, but I'm sorry. I wasn't filtered at that point. I was trying to live filterless at that moment, and I didn't mean to. But it's hard for me because I take that moment and I just think about it and stew on it and think about it forever and ever and ever. I can recite probably 20 times where I've said something stupid, and I can just tell you the whole story right now. They're just bounce around in my head all day, every day, and I'm sure the people that actually hurt barely remember that, or don't want to, or forgot about it, or don't remember. But that's the kind of stuff that the internet just toys with you, because like you take those worst moments of your life and now they're on the internet forever, and there's a new trend where like there's gonna be new like smart devices that are like AI things that like can record every moment of every day forever with you, and it sounds awesome, but it sounds scary as hell, and our humanness is going to become very, very, very clear, because everything's going to be recorded about everything we've ever done or do or did, and we'll see, I guess. But I do think I need to I need to build integrity by using my real name, using my real face, using my real personality, and the more I do this, the less scared of that I am. This has been a really good, like, slowly peel the Band-Aid off kind of thing, is to, record this and post it and show it to nobody. But I think I'm confident because I feel like I'm a person that has high integrity and high discipline, and I'm willing to show you that, I'm willing to hold myself to a high standard. I think I just get scared that in my darkest moments that it'll be publicized, it'll be permanent. Everyone can always watch my darkest moments over and over again. And what does that mean? If I'm being interviewed somewhere or like giving a talk or something, like, and I screw up and I say the wrong thing, like, I assume unintentionally, but who knows? And it's forever. And it's been really hard for me to find good mentors and leaders because at some point they all screw up, and I don't want to be like that. But what I end up doing as a result of that is I put myself in this bubble, and I can't leave it, because if I leave it, then I'll hurt somebody or something, and I'll hurt me, and it won't be fixable. So just things I got to work through. I think I know my true north is to grow and to get there. And thank God I have a true north for the first time in my life, But I think the hard part is just iterating, taking steps towards it every day. They don't feel safe. That's the hard part. So, all right, I'm gonna head out. Thanks a lot. I'll see you.